Hi, Isaac. You are still unmuted.
Cool. Thanks. Hey, Dirk. Dirk, on your left bottom of your screen is a little red button. Maybe who's hosting can. Ah, perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool.
I tried on my telephone, mobile, the first time, so it's all new for me.
Understand.
Yeah. I know that we are all awareness, all the light. No separation between you and between me or anyone else. We're all one. That's what I found out. But I have a question on the other level, if this is all right. Yeah.
Sure.
Because of all the togetherness, that there is still the me, the person who's sitting next to you. And I'm in the midst of a traject of euthanasia. In Holland, it is possible to do euthanasia with the guidance of an arts, of a doctor. That's one thing. Another thing, there's the melanoma is going again, and the epilepsy, and so on and so on. And for the I have to go to the hospital for the melanoma. So I'm doubting the melanoma. You know what the melanoma is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And not doing nothing. It seems not a good option for me. So I have to do something to it. But it is strange. On one side, I'm going to the end, and the other side, I do treatment. You see the paradox?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I don't know how you would respond to something like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just where you find yourself at the moment. The question is how you were talking about taking an injection to end your life?
Yeah, not eating and not drinking.
Yes.
But it's not at this moment, but it will be next year or the year after.
Okay.
First, they have to see if they will help me or not. But
yeah.
it is. But before there's Alzheimer's, before there's that I'm how you call it in English. I'm still present.
Yeah.
I want to stay with it, but if that is going to change, then
no,
I don't want to. I don't want to be dependent on the carry for a lease.
Yeah. So with the melanoma, it's a skin melanoma or
in the mouth.
In the mouth. Yeah.
I first had it in my eye,
Yeah.
and they operate me 3 times, and that's gone. But now it is in my mouth growing again, and maybe on other places, but that is visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's something that they can take out with the surgery, right?
Yeah, and then I can take the cure or with pills or with I don't know what they want to do afterwards, but
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. And on the level of when I make it much greater than that, there's only waves and there's only movement, nothing more than that.
Exactly.
Yeah. When everything is so well, then it's very easy to say and to think that okay, I'm one of all, and I'm trusted the awareness, I'm trusting in the light, and but now it is smaller than that.
Yeah. You know, it's like when we go to deep sleep, none of this exists, right?
Yeah.
And so as long as there's consciousness, then there's this other layer or other level that you're talking about. So, and there's consciousness. Consciousness just means your senses are active, and then there's playing in this realm. That's it, you know, like tying your camel, and you know, all that stuff, you know, it's like so
Yeah, I experienced a few times that from one moment to another moment, there was still awareness, but it was not connected to me as a person. So I existed, but I can't remember anything of it. I spoke with everyone, I did everything, but Dirk was not involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but now Dirk has evolved and is very insecure about what to do.
Yeah. You know, again, it's like nobody can tell you. In some ways, something has already decided what's going to happen, and it'll show you. So, yeah, no one can tell you, Dirk. I mean, that's the bottom line. There is no right way and there is no wrong way. And of course, when somebody's going to operate in your mouth, it's like, okay, shit, another something to deal with.
Yeah,
And
that's
somehow,
funny.
you know, when I feel you, you're still enjoying life. It's so enjoying your cup of tea, and so as long as there's some enjoyment or quality of life, I mean, it's like it makes sense to continue. And once that's gone, then of course.
That's right. Yeah. it is the fear of disappearing again. That's playing in the back of my head. So
Yeah.
so the fear is involved. The trauma is involved. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say that's, that's pretty natural work. It's just notice it, and what can you do? Yeah.
I want control. I want to.
Yeah.
And therefore, it was such a gift when I disappeared and everything stays well as it was. So it makes it so much lighter, so much.
And I can see when we're talking that you haven't lost your sense of humor. You're still here. Yes.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Here we are on this part of the journey, there.
Yes, exactly what you said a few weeks ago. To get older, it takes you have to be courageous. I don't know if this English is right, but you have to be courageous to get old.
Yeah.
Brave. I don't know how to translate it, but
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. All I feel is love, Dirk. So it's beautiful to see you and feel you. Yeah.
I feel it in my heart. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, Dirk. Appreciate it.
Hi.
Hi.
I would like to ask you to speak about something. It's about this picture of fire. What not can burn me, you talked about. And in my experience, this picture of fire can bring my body in a situation of trying to survival mode with all these chemicals in my brain and adrenaline, and I cannot function, the body cannot function well then. And I guess it's about this identification with this thought. And I would love to hear what you speak about, how you respond.
You speak very clearly, Rishi. I mean, it's like, there's discernment, there's a seeing that it's not present in the moment. Your nervous system is responding to old information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that really is like, opens up another possibility. It's like the body's acting as if your survival is threatened, but it's not. You can look and see, no, this is old information. So you're giving the nervous system new information. Thank you for trying to protect me and look after me, but it's not necessary because I've looked. There is no danger in this moment. And with that new information, the chemicals that your body squirted and will quieten down. My sense is if you stay with that, it might take a little while of acknowledging, okay, yes, it touches that existential old information, but it doesn't have the same capacity to go into existential functioning. It does calm down. But it takes, can take a little while because it's an old, and we don't know where it comes from. It can come from ancestry, it can come from this lifetime. We don't know, but we just know that it can be a smell, a vibration, a frequency, a tone of voice, or something that just triggers the nervous system.
So the new information is based on just gently noticing.
Gently noticing. There is no real danger in this moment.
And of course, the question, who is aware of it?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's, again, in a certain way, that's the ultimate. But when your system is feeling like, your survival is threatened, it needs that level also. Okay, actually, there is no real danger in that. You've seen clearly, it's beautiful. I'm just going to mute for a second.
I love you, Isaac. No, thank you so much.
Aye. Yes, a lot of exploring with this buts. There are always these buts. You spoke with Rishi now, and you can look if they're real danger, but not here, but yeah, just to name it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just you see that arising, you see it coming, and you're just sitting with it. Just what is it? Just present to it. What is that? It's just not. It's not wrong. It's not anything. It's just it happens. So there's a chance to explore that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just honoring that part.
It's something in the system that's like a pressure, or I wouldn't use the word fear, but it's also a thought about fear and the pressure. And I noticed in a few days, the sleep is not so well. I woke up in the night, and then there's, okay, it's no danger here, but the sleep doesn't come again. It's something.
Yeah. So now you see, okay, somehow something in the nervous system. You could say the adrenals are active or whatever, like something's going on, and it very often then our thinking kind of starts to loop and starts to trying to help.
Yeah.
And so, and we know that there's no resolve in the thinking. We know that.
Yeah.
And so then the next, I would say, is like, okay, it's an opportunity here. Just laying with the sensations that are producing that sense of but.
Yeah.
Honoring them, not trying to solve them, just okay. Just at this moment, here we now. And that but is, you could say, available to be met. So just sitting with that but. not trying to change it, not trying to fix it. Just present. And just feeling where you feel it in the body. What is the actual sensation? Just
Yeah, some words popping up like resignation and yeah.
yeah.
And actually, when I'm alone in the night, that's the idea is there to be for that, but it's not possible.
Yeah, so I can just say from if it's tricky to be with it in that moment, then just what how can you resource yourself? What
Yeah, I take a
You
book.
know.
I read some.
Yes, fantastic. So that's how you resource yourself. And
Yes,
that's beautiful.
but
And then
yeah,
now, and in this moment, you and I can sit together
yeah,
and we have another nervous system. And so we're just sitting here now with this butt. We're just resting gently, if it's appropriate. If it's too much, you tell me, but we see, we just here. We're sitting with this, right, whatever the sensations are with that. And again, it's not personal. I'm sure everybody
yeah.
knows it. Yeah,
It feels like that. It's not personal.
yeah, no, just yeah. Just very gently, where do you feel that? And how
Here
do
in
you
the
feel?
chest, it's a lot of pressure here
Yeah.
in the throat.
Yes, okay, cool. And so you just stay with that. It's okay. It's okay. In this moment, it's okay. It's just sensations.
Yeah,
You can, if I was close to you, I'd offer you my hand. So you can just imagine that we holding hands or interesting sensation. Nothing to solve, not trying to get rid of it, nothing. Just okay. I'm here and I'm with you.
yeah. The mind is trying to help, but because there's no idea what that is, but there is a lot I can feel in the system. But
Yeah. At this moment, you could say there's an automatic response in to try and get away from it. And so
yeah,
we very gently, I mean, we can use that thing of ventilation and titration, but I think it's okay. We can actually just rest here together.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
sensations. It's not just something happening. For me, it's just right in the rib, just where the ribs meet.
Yes,
right.
here. Now, before it was more here, but now it's getting a bit,
There. Yeah. Cool. And we just watch
and
it.
it's getting softer, actually.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah. And the mind is trying to help.
Yeah. And that's what's beautiful is seeing it from that. Okay. Not necessary.
A lot of work here.
That's okay. It's so gentle. This is welcome.
Now it's like a relief in the arms, in the legs now. And the mind is trying to help again and again. And there's gratefulness that we can do that together. Yeah, really.
Yeah, for sure. Makes a big difference.
And at the moment it feels like it's not a big deal. It's just, but thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Oh. You're still muted? Sure. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, and it's obvious that this system like is needing this unconditional love because there's a mistrust in love. And there's this old information, what is love? And am I able to love? And this whole topic, it's huge in my case. I know everybody has this, but yeah, it's just there. And there's a sadness about it that I'm still in the mistrust, like, and in my new life situation, like meeting new people, seeing like with my old friends, like there's a trust. I know, okay, there's love. But here it's like immediately the system says, can I trust? Is this really, yeah, this is what's here now.
You know, to me, it seems like how we've been conditioned is a love flow arises, and then something says, "I love you," rather than just there's love flowing. And it's in that "I love you," when in truth we don't know who the I is and we don't know who the you is, that kind of gets a little confused. But there's love that we can feel. Love is just flowing, it's sweet, and there's certainly nobody doing it.
Yeah, maybe this is not true, but I was just asking myself, could I ever sense something like that with my parents? Maybe once in a while with my dad, but for sure
Yeah.
it was really difficult with my mom. Yeah, it was easy with my brother, and so like then probably the system put some attitudes. This has to be like this, and only then it's possible that it can happen or something like that. It's also mixed.
Yeah. So I mean, let's just look at that together. To me, it's like, you know, it seems at a certain, like when life is looking through patterns of defending, patterns of projecting, it's like it seems that there's a love that's there, but it can't meet itself through that. There's like patterns playing that don't.
Yeah, there's a mistrust. No? If I don't feel it, then I also
Yeah.
think I
Yeah.
can't love. No?
Yeah, but it's just like it's just patterns playing, and then something responds to the pattern with another pattern, but it doesn't feel. So it's like the patterns come into resonance and play with each other. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the person. It's just patterns play. That's all I can see.
Like, is there a like we know when there's this fear and danger that we can say, yeah, is there something possible to say also in this case, if I'm with certain people and I don't feel the love flow, is there something which I can ask myself that maybe like, is it true that that there's not love or something like that? Or because actually it's always there and it's just like covered by thoughts and
It's just covered by patterns playing. That's all. Yeah. So
yeah. The moment the insecurity is there, then the thinking starts, and then what to do, and it's even more difficult.
yeah, no, in a certain way, when the flow happens easily and it's just happening by itself, how lovely, and then it's not, and it's not, and it's
It's so stupid. Thank you.
yeah, thanks. The fun thoughts. Thanks, Barbara. Shanti, and then Hank afterwards. So Shanti first.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Shanti.
Thank you. I don't know if you heard the other day there was a big solar flare and Zoom went down.
Oh.
Yeah, for quite a few hours. So that could be a potential future problem.
Mhm. Good.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Can you find you? Ah, okay. Hey.
Hi. I have a question actually. It's about sometimes you speak about the deep resting. So I'm curious. I can see that in so in some meetings, not all, but sometimes when we connect, then the relaxation deepens, and it's really like in the muscles. It's really yeah, deep, relaxed. That's so wonderful. So there's a little bit an agenda too. Yeah, I can see that when I would make this a reference point, like it should always be like this, that wouldn't help.
Yeah.
So it is just the way it is.
Yeah.
But there is a difference between just resting and what we could call this deep resting. And yeah, yesterday I was my supervisor for therapy. She called and she did it really respectfully, but she said like it looks like you are a bit hypnotized. There was a lot of silence, and I could recognize that. And she was not judging it, but yeah, and I could also recognize it sometimes in these meetings. A lot of silence, and it's like okayness, but it's not really awake, you could say. It's a bit like, yeah. So
there's so many subtle distinctions. Many subtle distinctions. I mean, it's just like,
yeah.
In a way, it's like the finer it gets, the finer the feinschmecken gets. So we just keep exploring.
Yeah. And could you recognize it in my system, in this system, that there is a resting, but it's not really the deep resting? And
I would have to go to memory or something like that, and it's not so interesting.
Okay, and in this moment?
This moment is just sweetness.
I sense a little fear, though.
Beautifulness is just sit with that. And just you rest with it. It's like welcome, whatever it is. It's like,
yeah. It's very sweet.
yeah. It's really funny for me, like I knew that tonight was a meeting, and then somewhere on the line I just completely forgot. It's like, and that's happened Tuesday and Friday already. So it's like, wow, what's good?
Mm.
That's interesting. It's like, I'm just going, wow, that's something new. It's never, who knows what that is? It's just,
Maybe it's just the solar flames where Shanti was talking about.
who knows? That's the thing.
Just
All
a
I know
joke.
is like, I love these meetings and then
Mm.
I look forward to them. You know, it's like, oh, wow, it's a meeting and then suddenly, oh, suddenly there's Bus calling me. If it wasn't for Bus, I wouldn't be here.
Mm.
Busy watching a movie or something. Or
Yeah.
a new phase. Or maybe not.
And this just little tension. Bettina, where Rishi talks about, is it really safe? And Bettina said there is a but.
Mhm.
And here there is also a but. I can see that it's actually safe. There's no life danger.
Yeah.
No. But what makes it for me unsafe is like the social relations. And right now I'm alone here. But yeah, of course, in my life, there's many social relations. And there it goes into something you could call fear. Like I do not, I have,
It's like, to me, it seemed like, I don't know, this just might be my craziness in that, but like at the moment on the planet, there is so much confusion about everything. And so that's in the field. You know, and for sure we feel it. I mean, it's like, you know, so we hear there's information, there's misinformation, there's, you know, people spend a lot of money to get people scared. And so there's just that frequency. I mean, there's hundreds of frequencies, I think, but you know, for sure, the majority on the planet right now tonight, the majority of people are functioning very much within that boundary.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
For sure we feel it.
Yeah. And then everybody.
The thing is just to recognize that it's not personal. It's just something playing in consciousness, and it's welcome. And it's really, it's not, you know, it's just, it's one frequency within a lot of different frequencies.
Yeah. Yeah.
The most coherent, of all the frequencies is that resting, unconditional, and flow. It's like just two things.
Just as it goes. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
And I'm even relaxed in that it's not deep relaxing. So it's just as it is. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, it's like
Yes, sir.
actually,
Ah, thought to read.
hello, beloved.
I thought to read. Mm. Willem. Hi, Willem. Don't it's you, that red button is still red on the bottom left of the screen.
Muted. Now you can hear me?
Cool.
Okay.
Now I can hear you. Perfect. Thanks. Ah, yeah. And to answer Philomene's question, yes, there's a meeting Sunday. If I forget, Bus will remind me, but crazy.
Hi again. Maybe I can come with the same question. So I understand how to deal with these inner situations when there's no real danger. But for example, I drive in my car on the highway and I go to a big city, Germany. It's, yeah, there's some danger because of the changing society. Yeah. So I can say there's no danger and say thank you for trying to help me to my mind. Or how can I deal with that?
You know, look, when we get in a car, of course, there's danger.
Yeah.
But when we, you know, we're aware of that we could say there's the potential for danger. There's no actual danger.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's only when there's something that's happening in the moment where actually it's like that's when there's a real danger. But otherwise, it's potential. It's just like we know in our mind, okay, we steel box or iron box and going quite fast. Yeah, there's risks. But it doesn't trigger the existential response because there's no immediate danger, say it like that. And it's funny, I don't know if you've ever been in a car accident, but sometimes in the midst of a car accident, there isn't that existential response. It's like, wow, okay. It comes afterwards, maybe you get, you know, adrenaline or whatever, but even I've had it where suddenly you're in the car and the car's rolling and watching this movie and it stops and you look at if there's someone else, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay, cool. And you start laughing or something. It's just like, okay, far out. That was amazing.
So when there's some fiction in my head, project in the future, something can go worse. I just
So
say
that's a thought. You can see that. That's your attention.
I just say thank you to my mind and trying to help me.
Yeah. No need to go there. I mean, you know, it's some of us have been, you know, conditioned or through trauma, always thinking about the worst thing that can happen, or like it's just a loop, you could say. For many of us, it's not like that. It's just like we have that capacity to realize, okay, and like that we're not busy with it all the time. some people are. Some people are, you know, like the way their nervous system is organized, they're busy with it. And it's very dysfunctional. It makes their life not fun, for sure.
Mm.
But it doesn't bring any real solution. It's just a habit, you could say, of being oriented like that. It's not. And it is kind of interesting in a certain way, because somehow when our mind is orientated like that, the way life unfolds is within that frequency of that vibration, when we mostly enjoying and just meeting the moment sweetly, life seems to respond to that, and life is pretty easy. That's what I've noticed anyway. So it's again just seeing, you know, okay, we were conditioned to a certain habit of attention, it's a conditioned way of kind of relating to life. And starting to explore, okay, is there another way that's more fun, it's more easy, it's more sweet and more beautiful?
Thank you.
Julia.
Good evening, Isaac.
Hi, Julia.
I wish you a happy resurrection. This is what they say in Greece
Okay, yeah.
at this time of the year. Very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Nina, thank you for hosting. Thanks, beloved. Thank you, boss.